Big data creates big possibilities. Rewind to 2011. It was a year when you had a federal election coming up in Canada, and a few young Canadians approached the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, the public broadcaster, and they said, "We see three problems in our democracy. First, people aren't engaged. There are people in our country who are not plugged in to the system. They're not listening, and they're not interested. Second, we see that the future of polling is online. People aren't interested in answering a poll on their telephone. People don't have landlines anymore. People are plugged into their phones. And finally, we realized that with the rise of Facebook, journalism, investigative journalism, was under threat. We needed to support news broadcasters, media organizations, to help content go viral and create a viable business model for them. And so we built Vote Compass. That was a tool that would ensure that people could understand the issues in their democracy, become engaged in democracy. It would serve as real-time polling, and it would also create a viral digital content for news broadcasters to make sure that they remain relevant in an age of Facebook. We launched, and we went viral. We made democracy go viral, hitting 2 million users. That's 10% of Canada's voting population. So after we went to Canada, we decided it's time to expand.
You know their slogans, but do you really know which party reflects your views? Now there's a way to find out where you stand. Go online to Vote Compass and have your say. Answer a series of quick questions on key policies and issues, and you'll get a snapshot that shows you where you really stand in the political landscape. Go to abc.net.au/votecompass and know where you stand.
So the way Vote Compass works is that users are asked a series of questions, and based on their answers to those questions, the application tells you where you fit in the political spectrum, how your views line up with those of the candidates who are running. And that's powerful because it means that voters can learn about the policies of those candidates and feel like they have a say. Because when you aggregate the data of an incredible amount of individuals in the population, you are giving them a voice. And that's exactly why we're called Vox Pop Labs. We are giving individuals a voice through social media, through digital platforms, because we think that everyone matters in democracy. And we've seen in other countries where we've launched, New Zealand, in the UK, just now in France, just last week, time and time again, what we're doing is we are making sure that people's voices matter. In the New Zealand debates, we saw candidates referring to the Vote Compass questions and the aggregated data to see that, you know what? People care about this and we're going to address that issue. This is fundamentally about making sure that your voice is heard. And so when we launched in the UK for Brexit, we ended up being one of the few entities to accurately predict the outcome of that referendum, not only overall, but also region by region. Once again, the power of big data. Fast forward a few months later, I was here with all of you at the Kennedy School taking a class with David Gergen and Elaine Kmark, where we had to develop a model, a prediction model, of what would happen in the US election. And so drawing upon the lessons that we learned from our accurate prediction of Brexit, I stood up before the class, along with our team, and we said, Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States, 3 weeks before Americans went to the ballot box. Everyone laughed. But we all know how that story ended. I didn't necessarily want to be the one to get the last laugh. That is the power that technology has in making sure that we can have accurate understanding of the issues, of the dynamics of the electorate, of what is going on in the minds of people across the world. So right now, Vote Compass has reached over millions and millions of users in over 30 election campaigns across the world. And every media partner that has partnered with Vote Compass has subsequently commissioned us again for subsequent campaigns, recognizing that we are a force for data journalism, we are a force for constructive dialogue. And these are all things that are fundamentally the roles of media. We've had teams from Facebook and Google who have come to our offices to learn about the work that we do, who have recognized that we have engaged citizens in democracy in a way that's never been seen before. We are now responsible for the largest surveys ever conducted in the history of several countries across the world. And with that, we can understand the issues that matter to you. We've generated unprecedented levels of online content and online traffic for our partners. But what's most important is that we've seen our media partners win Pulitzer Prize awards in connection with their launch of Vote Compass for innovation in technology, in data journalism. That's what storytelling is all about. And in an age when we need to hold power to account, where politicians have to know that the people have a voice and that they have to be accountable to them, that is something that we're striving for each and every day. A few weeks ago, I was in Germany, and we finalized a partnership with one of the largest private broadcasters in Germany. And now we realize that we're trying to expand across Africa, Asia, Latin America. And each and every day, we get one step closer to achieving that dream. Big data creates big possibilities. Thank you.